So it's very interesting. We see you in the dark doing this, but they're here now.
Oh, they're always here, yes.
And so we've seen some evidence. Talk a little bit about what might be going on here now and play with that flashlight a little. I was amazed the first time I came to think of you to turn the flashlight on. You guys are like, okay, you turn the flashlight on now, light this up, now light that up, now make that.
Yeah, and actually, if we walk in the building, sometimes we come in here in a rush. So I was trying to do my grocery order one day, but I had ran up here to do something. So then I ran out of the building, I ran back in the building. And then somebody stopped me on the boardwalk, was talking to me, so I never actually, hello, thank you for turning the light on, I appreciate it. Do you think you could turn it back off and we'll talk to you? If you'll turn it back off, we'd love to talk to you. But so I was talking to the people on the boardwalk, and I'd never spoke to them, and a little pebble came from behind me and just hit me in the bottom, dropped on the floor like, excuse you, you have not said hello to me. Thank you for that. Who's in here with me right now? Is this one of our gentlemen of the building? If this is one of the men of the building, could you turn it back on for me so I know who's here? Only if you're one of the gentlemen. Is this one of the ladies of the building? Do you think you could turn that back on for me if this is one of the ladies? You don't want to tell me who you are? Is this one of our children? Oh, it's one of the ladies. Okay, thank you. Can you turn it back off for me? You've almost got it. Can you turn it all the way off? I would really appreciate it. I'd like to know who's talking to me right now so I can talk with you. Do you mind turning it all the way off, please? You've almost got it just a little. There you go. Thank you so much. Now, are you one of the ladies I talk to pretty frequently? Is this Edith by chance? Edith, if that's you, could you turn it back on? And Edith, we do have cameras rolling, so if, or any of you, we do have cameras rolling, so if any of you want to get into the cameras, we'd like that. So not Edith, is this Anna? Anna, is that you?
You can walk, you can come out.
Do you want to tell me who this is? Sharon, is that you? Sharon, if that's you, I know that you really like the K2 meter. Of course, I don't know if you see the lights on it in the day, but if it's you, Sharon, you're welcome to come up and play with us. I know how you like to play with that. She's an 8-year-old little girl that's in here. We don't know her last name, but we do know that she does not have family here. But we know that the other residents of the building do take care of her and that she's happy.
So one of the things that you do...
Thank you for turning the light on. I still don't know who we're talking to right now. Can you turn it off for me? I have a question for you. Can you turn it all the way off? You can take your time. I know it's hard. You think you could turn it all the way off for me? You almost had it. Almost. Just a little bit more, please. Just a little. There you go. Thank you. So do you like all the cameras that we have in here? Is that kind of fun to have all the cameras and the lights in here? Do you like that? It's kind of neat. This is for you. It's so that everybody knows that you're still here. We want people to know that you're here. Are you shy? Are you playing with the cameras now?
I'll just go on and if they like the light will go back. I love it. Here we are at broad daylight in the morning. I know they like the energy, but one of the things that amazed me was all of the orbs that are here.
Oh yeah.
you swing that camera around, it looked like it was.
Yep, you're here, that's right, we
We're
know
happy
it.
you're here.
But to us, that's amazing, and you know, a lot of people are going to tell you that orbs are dirt. That's one of the things that so one of the reasons we like to take people into the cellar, because it's nothing but a very soft dirt floor under there. And I tell all of our guests about the other paranormal group that came and rented the building privately one night, and they set their night vision cameras throughout the building, including one down in the corner of the cellar. And we were getting orbs throughout the building, front to back, all night long, with the exception of the cellar. Even when there was 5 full-grown women moving around in the dirt to get ready to do an EVP session, we never had an orb down there. So to me, that really kind of takes that out of the equation of orbs being dirt. You know, another thing that you can tell too, because some people will tell you that it's bugs. Bugs have, you know, they're not going to be completely round like your regular orb is. And in our building, you can actually see orbs with your bare eyes. You don't have to view them through the camera. They will show themselves.
I had the experience of taking a picture when the lady was blowing on my son's neck, and I got a blue orb, and I felt silly because I'm like, what is that blue thing in the shot?
Yep.
Tell me why it was blue.
You know, there's different colors. They come as blue, green, red. And generally it's more of, I think, their emotion at the time. Not really, I know that red is kind of a passion color. Blue to me would be something that's more calm. They're just kind of in a mellow, calm, happy state.
And then the night that we did our reading, and I imagine it happens a lot, there were orbs huge all around the table, all around us, surrounding people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, depending on the group, they get really curious, and when you have a really, you know, a group that's everybody's being really interactive and really interested in talking with them, we find that they actually will kind of surround the table. They get up close to people. They want people to know they're here. I mean, really, the only thing they would have to do is not talk to us, and we would certainly leave. What would be the point? So they do want to be talking to us. Yeah, and we do have, I think, orbs moving up there right now. But, you know, because a lot of people are like, well, don't you think you're invading their space? They simply just wouldn't, if they did absolutely nothing, we wouldn't continue to come in here. So we know that they want to be spoke with. They want people to know they're here, or they wouldn't let us know they're here. Yep, and I think they're agreeing. Thank you.
Last night I got an extremely bright white light orb. I don't know if it was an orb, it was kind of behind someone, but it kept coming and then it would just be gone. But it was brighter than that light.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that happens all the time in here. Yeah, and you know, that's one of the things I show people even with my cell phone, because it has a little bit of a delay. So when the lights are out and you're taking those pictures, it's really a good way to spot where they are. And we get a lot of them in here.
You'll be able to share some of those photos from your cell phone.
Oh, sure, sure.
Would you then surmise that each orb is a spirit?
I do, yes.
So say that, because my questions won't be in there.
Oh, yeah, I mean, literally they are the spirits of the building, so that's how I can tell how many are in the room at a particular time, is by seeing the orbs and being able to count them. I actually have a great photo on our Facebook page where we have a group here, and I took a picture towards the front of the building where all the bleachers are, because they do gunfights in here during the day. And there's just orbs lined up all through the bleachers, so it was like they were all just sitting out there watching us put a show on for them. I love that photo, because they're just sitting there watching us.
We'll have to make sure we get that photo. It's a craze, ghost hunting. We see the ghost hunting shows that can be very harsh in a sense with the spirits, which is what attracted me to you guys. How did you learn to do it this way? Is it just the way you talk to them is so, every time they light the light or ring the bell?
Thank you.
Just like that, you say thank you, you say please.
I guess my parents, they raised me to be polite, so that's just a natural thing. It's not something that I learned. It's just, that's just how I am. That's who, I mean, I would never come in here and be anything but polite to them.
I know you've identified quite a number. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you're processing who's here?
I know that as of right now, as far as actually getting to go through our evidence, write it specifically down, that we are at 96 names. However, I know that we have many more than that because we're probably a week and a half behind on going through our EVPs, and we know that for sure that each night through the spirit box that we're getting new names. I know of 2 that we got last night, so as we got a Bud last night, we've never had him in here, and a Grisham last night. So we do try to document it, and as we learn a little bit more information, we try to write it down by that one's name so that we can actually get to know them more personally.
You know, we asked someone last night, were they married? And immediately the light came on.
Yeah, that was, were we talking to Adam? Yeah, we were talking to Adam last night, and he said that he was married, yeah. But we asked about kids, and he didn't answer us about kids, so I'm not sure about that. So yeah, we definitely document that for ourselves, because as we get to know more and more about them, the better conversations we'll be able to have with them.
And we learned Adam's last name. They like that.
Thank you. Adam, is that you? Could you turn it back off, dear?
Adam told us how old, was it Adam who told us how old he was, or Peter when I was here? Somebody
It was Adam.
Adam.
Mm-hmm.
So Adam's 20.
20. Yep, very young.
Just say that again, Adam's 20.
Yeah, oh, Adam's 20. He's very young, yes.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of the people here are very young.
Yeah, I believe you're right on that. We had a lot of people die at young ages here in town. Life was a lot harder back then. Well, in some ways. I think in some ways it was actually simpler, but the work was tough. The work was harder. You know, they didn't have the tools that we have today as far as working and mining. But as an overall, I still think life was simpler. You know, they had more time for families, and you know, family was really important. And I think that we kind of lose that in today's world.